Mark Allen here. Welcome back to Shed Talks. If you hear a sound in the background today, it's something special. It's rain. It's the first real rain that we've had here in Santa Cruz, California in over 7 months. 7 months. That's a long time. We've been dry. We're all so happy to receive this blessing today. But that's not the subject of the Shed Talk today. It's actually from a question that I got from one of our elite team triathletes. Happened to be my son, Matt's. He was asking me the other day, he said, during the season I'm very motivated to train because I have these defined things that I'm doing. I'm going out. Some workouts are really hard. Some are going to be really long. There's a real focus to them. He said he's struggling with motivation in the off season now. It's a time of the year where there are no races coming up. Fitness is not as important. And indeed, recovery is what will reign supreme in each decision that he tries to make and what he's going to do today or tomorrow or this week in his training. But he said he's just not that motivated to get out there and ride easy for an hour or to just do an easy 40-minute run or whatever it is. And so he said he's lacking that motivation to just get out there and do something that's certainly less than epic. I had to think about it. And I realized there has to be a paradigm shift. There has to be a change in your focus when you're in the off season so that what you are getting out of it that is fulfilling and is satisfying has nothing to do with power or speed or pace or getting stronger, getting faster, doing more, getting more fit. It has to do with being motivated to just have the feeling that how good does it feel to be exercising? We all know that if you're athletic in the least, that sitting around all day for days on end or weeks on end, you just don't feel as sharp. Your mind doesn't work as well. Your body feels sluggish. You probably end up eating more than you really need, and you don't sleep very well. Sort of like you got all these negatives that are subtle, but when you exercise, even if it's easy, just moderate breathing, being outside or being indoors on the trainer, but just moving and sweating, there's something that's inherently satisfying about that. And I was baffled on how to answer my son's question because in my off seasons, I never had that feeling like, I don't have the motivation to get out there. Yes, I might have that simply because I was tired or that I needed rest, but it wasn't because I felt like I had a lack of purpose in what I was doing with my training. Each of the workouts that I did in the off season just gave me that sense of, it feels good, I'm moving. And the best part for me anyway, was that there was no pressure on me during those workouts. If I didn't feel good or I went slow, there was no pressure. During the season, I really had to try to stay on point with my training plan, with the progression of my fitness throughout the season so that I would hit my key races in top form. In the off season, it was such a different focus. Again, a complete paradigm shift on why I was actually working out. It had nothing to do with fitness. It had everything to do with just feeling good. And so maybe that's something that you've struggled with a little bit in the off season. Like, how do I go from this just massive key focus on 70.3 or an Ironman or a key Olympic distance race? All of a sudden, there's nothing on the horizon, and I'm just going to go swim, bike, and run easy or moderate with no real purpose in mind. Shift that paradigm. Have the purpose be to feel good, to feel at ease, to work on form and mechanics and all the things that are actually harder to do when you are focused on trying to go hard and fast. When you do that, first of all, you're going to recover. Second of all, you're going to stay in the kind of shape that you need to in the off season so that you can transition back easily into doing those more focused workouts. But also, it's going to give you something that will last your lifetime. You'll develop the ability to exercise because it just feels good. You don't have to achieve anything, accomplish anything, post a time, post a placing to be satisfied and fulfilled from the training. It's something that just doing that gives you a deep sense of, This feels good. I feel alive. My mind works now. My body feels good. I feel supple. I feel strong. I feel loose. Again, I just feel alive. And with that as the focus of the off season, all of those things where you felt like, I'm not that motivated. If you don't feel motivated, maybe you are tired. But if you do feel lack of motivation because you don't have that goal, make that shift into just exercising to feel good. That's what will give you a lifestyle and a lifetime of fitness. Mark Allen for Shed Talks. Enjoy the off season and stay tuned. Much more to come.